The following is a live presentation of Retro Sports Network, home of the champions of the past, present, and or future. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. My name is Ron Juckett. Welcome to the program for this 27th day of June, 2023. We got yourself another Cleveland Indians ball game for you today, but not because of Cleveland. As we get to our next to last stream of the month of August, ready really pretty much to call two divisions of the six in our 2001 replay. The Astros have a double-digit lead over the Chicago Cubs. We think that we can put that safely in Houston's column for the playoffs. And the other Central Division, the AL Central Division, where the White Sox lead the Indians by 9.5 games. Nope, we're doing this game because of the Red Sox. Not just because they're my favorite team, but because they have tied the New York Yankees for first place in the American League East. Yep, if there's a team that's actually overperforming in this replay, it is the Boston Red Sox. And guess what? Nomar's already done, I believe, for the year. So it'll be interesting to see what happens for the Red Sox over the last month of the season. The Indians, they just kind of need to win and win and win and win. And I'm not sure they can do that. It's CC Sabathia for them and Casey Fossum for the Red Sox. Next, as Retro Sports Network presents 2001 an Action PC Season Odyssey. Today, from the Jake in Cleveland, Ohio, it is the Boston Red Sox and the Cleveland Indians. And I forgot to change the league leaders again. Today's game is brought to you by DigitalDice.com, the best darn podcast on the web for your sports simulation and replay needs. We'll get this right someday. Find us today on Spotify, Spreaker, iTunes, or wherever else fine podcasts are listed. It is a rainy day here, or a rainy night in Cleveland, as CC Sabathia takes the hill, making his 27th start of the year. He is nowhere, how you doing, Bernie? Nowhere near going to get the 17 wins he got in real life. He is 7-7 with an earned run average of 356, which is almost a full run lower than it was in real life. CC is 20 years old, hard fastball at 97, and a fly ball pitcher. Midlife crisis on a 20-month streak. Yellow! And been doing this for 29 months. That's pretty scary. Sabathia last pitched against the A's 6 days ago in a 4-3 loss. No decision, despite 7 innings, 120 pitches. 4 hits, 3 runs, all earned. A home run, walking 3, and striking out 4. He's thrown 144 innings in 2001 so far. 125 hits, 60 runs, 57 earned, 10 homers, 71 walks, and 128 strikeouts. His ERA good enough for 27th in the majors, and he's 30th in strikeouts. And this will be the lineup he'll face as I manage the 78-52 Red Sox. Trot Nixon leads off in center field. Chris Steins at second will bat second. Carl Everett in right will go third. Manny Ramirez back home again in Indiana cleans up as the DH. Dante Bichette in left will bat fifth. Shea Hillenbrand at third will go sixth. Mike Lansing at short batting seventh. Jose Offerman at first goes eighth. And Doug Mirabelli behind the plate will bat ninth. Good morning, Mr. Howard. Defensively for Cleveland, Ellis Burks is in the field. He's a 2 and a 7 in left. Kenny Lofton is a 5 and a 3 in center. Marty Cordova a 6 and a 6 in right. Travis Fryman is a 3 at third. Omar Vizquel at 10 at short. Roberto Alomar at 10 at second. Jim Thome is a 4 at first. Einar Diaz an 8 to 5 behind the plate. And Sabathia, not a bad fielder at all. He's an 8 with a .960 fielding percentage. Nixon the 1 in center at 301, 31 homers and 86 RBI. If the Red Sox can pull this off, it is because Nixon and Ramirez got him over the finish line. I'm not sure what they have left for pitching that's not going to get hurt. Pitch to Trot, struck him out. A changeup at 85. Swung on and missed for Chris Steins. Chris at 262, 8 homers, and 30 RBI. Sabathia in the rain strikes him out. A 1-2 fouled in the glove of Diaz on a fastball. 2 out. So a good morning and a good afternoon for Sabathia. And here is Carl Everett at 250. He only has about 49 at-bats to go. 13 home runs and 55 RBI. Got the side. Got past Diaz, and he had to tag him for the out. So no runs, no hits, and 3 strikeouts for Sabathia. Half an inning down, no score. So here's the lefty, Casey Fossum. Casey has 4 more starts after this. He is 5-0, making his 3rd start of the season. An earned run average of .390. Casey is 23, throws the slider at 88, and is a ground ball pitcher. His last start came on August 23rd when he was thrown out of a win in Anaheim. Did not get the decision. 5 innings, 76 pitches, 2 hits, 4 runs, all earned, 5 walks and a strikeout, and an early forced shower. Fossum 27 2/3, 17 hits, 13 runs, 12 earned, 2 homers. He's walked 15 and struck out 11. The lineup he'll face: Kenny Lofton leading off in center for Cleveland. Omar Vizquel at short, batting second. Roberto Alomar at second, goes third. Juan Gonzalez cleans up as the DH. Ellis Bergson left will bat fifth. Jim Thome at first, batting sixth. Cordova and right will go seventh. Travis Fryman at third will bat eighth. And Diaz behind the plate goes ninth. Sabathia threw 15 pitches to strike out the side in the top of the first. Defensively for Boston, Bichette is a 4 and a 5 in left. Trot Nixon a 3 and a 7 in center. Carl Everett in right, a 3 and a 4. Shea Hillenbrand a 4 at third. Mike Lansing a 3 at short. Chris Steins a 3 at second. Jose Offerman a 3 at first. This defense is awful. Doug Mirabelli a 6 and a 3 behind the plate. Fossum is a 2, but he can, when he does get a ground ball, can make the play. It's at 1,000. Lofton stepping in at 237, 12 homers and 41 RBI. Fossum starts his night with a ground ball to Lansing. Mike throws over to Offerman, 1 out. It is 80 degrees here in Cleveland. The wind is very light at 1, blowing right to left. And again, as we said, a light rain here. Omar Vizquel at 276, 4 homers and 49 RBI. Ground ball to Lansing, and his throw to Offerman will be a second verse, same as the first, 2 out. So here's Alomar, an 8-game hitting streak for Roberto, hitting .340, 17 homers and 89 RBI. Fossum winds and deals and draws the walk. Does Alomar. So a 3-1 fastball was high and wide. Alomar can steal. 2 outs for Juan Gonzalez, hitting .355, 27 homers and 108 RBI. Fossum throws to first, and Alomar is back. Casey goes to the plate. Fly ball left field. Crowd likes it, and that will find the waiting arms of Dante Bichette. No runs, no hits, no errors. We go to the second here in Cleveland. Red Sox nothing, Indians nothing. So hopefully Bernie's appointment went well yesterday. Manny Ramirez, Dante Bichette, and Shea Hillenbrand here in the second. Manny at .316. He's only got 40 some odd at-bats left on the year. 40 home runs for Manny and 119 RBI. Tribe fan happy that we got Cleveland again. Manny draws a 5-pitch walk. And here's Bichette. Dante at .318, 9 homers and 45 RBI. Got him. That's 4 for CeCe. Got him to chase an 0-2 fastball. None of the fielders have actually... There's not been a Red Sox ball put in play yet. Here's Hillenbrand at 256, 9 homers, and 39 RBI. Shea hits a fly ball to right. Cordova moving over, makes the catch for the out. And that is the first ball the Red Sox have actually hit in fair territory. Here's Mike Lansing at 265, 9 homers, and 40 RBI. Big Dave, how are you? So I guess this kind of brings up the question as we see a lot of the Red Sox players running out of at-bats, and we know we have a month and change left in the season. This is game 131 for the Red Sox and 132 for the Indians. The Red Sox have caught the Yankees. They are in a flat-footed tie for first place. Pitch to Lansing. Struck him out. Sabathia, by the way, is fan 5 after an inning and a half, no score. So Burks, Tomey, and Ellis at 260, 14 homers, and 68 RBI. This Red Sox season replay kind of is the poster child of why you really shouldn't do as played. Because they have been very much the Yankees' equal here this season, but their stars are just going to run out of at-bats. They didn't play the month of September. Plus, this team was just plagued with injuries. Pitch to Burks. Line drive left field. That's extra bases. Bichette has to go fish it out of the corner. Burks is going to have 2 with ease. Hillenbrand should have had it. The throw into second is cut off by Lansing, and Burks has his 25th double of the year. So that brings up Jim Tomey. Jim at 310, 29 homers, and 91 RBI. So let's say you start a replay as played. When would you deviate, if at all, to try to get your favorite team to win? Pitch to Tomey. Struck him out. First for Fossum. A 2-2 curve. 1 away for Cordova. Marty at 310, 15 homers, and 6 RBI. Just had a massive flinch. Not quite sure what just happened here. I'm seeing I'm still on. Okay. I have no idea what that was. But we are back on, and everything is where it should be. We'll get to Bernie's comment in a moment. Cordova at 310, 15 homers, and 64 RBI. I don't know if we had a thunderstorm going through or what, but it knocked out my other monitor and then changed all the font size here. A little look behind the scenes. Yep. So the other monitor kicked off, and so I wanted to make sure I was still on. Anyway, pitch to Cordova. Ground ball to Hillenbrand. And I think they got Burks in a rundown, to be honest. Steins and Lansing play pickle, and they get Burks. So eventually they get the lead run. No! So Burks gets back. So they get nothing and like it. So Hillenbrand threw to Steins, and Burks ran back to the bag and got around Steins to be safe. So first and second, one out for Fryman at 211, 3 homers and 24 RBI. Yeah, we're doing okay. It was an interesting week last week. Bernie says as played is as played. No deviations. I like playing both as played in my lineups. Both. Yep. I don't really do as played when I'm doing things offline. It just makes it easier online for me because we just kind of parachute into different games. It was an interesting adult week last week. But we're fine now, and we're on every day, doubleheader, in fact, on Friday. Before vacation. Ground ball to first. Can Offerman get anybody? No. And so Offerman, I believe, had to play him. I told you the Red Sox defense isn't very good, and the Indians have loaded the bases with one out for Einar Diaz at 275, 3 homers, and 46 RBI. So Tommy on third, Cordova on second, and Fryman on first. Pitch to Diaz, hit him. And so Diaz trots to first. I feel like I'm playing OOTP with that. Burks will score, and it's 1-0 Cleveland. Scotty says, I will deviate from as played if the team I'm watching was really out of it and started resting guys when I'm still in the race in the replay. I think that's the rub with this Red Sox team. If you were to sit there and now manage it the rest of the way, I bet you could get this team to win the division. Now, they still might. We got a month left. But just looking at some of the numbers here with at-bats and such, I'm not sure when the Red Sox started to rest their players. Possum opening 9, an inning in the third, 33 pitches, a hit, a run, a walk, and a strikeout. Lofton's 0 for 1. Fly ball, shallow right center. Nixon coming in. Makes the catch. Cordova on third. Will not tag as Nixon makes a sliding grab in the grass. 2 out for Vizquel, who's 0 for 1. Sorry if I missed your answer. Okay. Doing it had to do had to do some adult stuff last week, and by the time that we were well enough to do that, I was just pretty wiped out. So didn't mean to take the week off from live streaming. Next week I am. It's vacation week. But making up for it for a game every day at lunch this week. It's to Vizquel. Ground ball to Hillenbrand. Shea goes over to Offerman. And somehow the Red Sox hold the Indians to a run. 1 run, 1 hit, 1 error. After 2 innings, it's Cleveland 1, Boston 0. So the Tribe have left on 4. Here's Offerman. Sabathia has fanned 5 through 2. Jose at 299, 7 homers, and 42 RBI. Offerman draws a leadoff walk. Last year, we had the case of the Angels winning the division in our 85 replay. Duck Mirabelli at 308, 5 homers, and 19 RBI. And because, remember, the Angels won the division in my replay, but didn't, of course, in real life in 85. So Mike Witt, who would have been the consensus #1 starter for the Angels in the ALCS, pitched the last day of the season. And because we don't deviate from as played, again, we just, what we do in April is what we do in September, he pitched in the last game of the year, and I don't believe was ready to go until game 2 or 3. And a couple Angel fans took exception to the fact that I didn't intervene. And again, for the purpose of this, once you intervene once, then it makes it easier to intervene. And so we're not obviously going to intervene on behalf of the Red Sox, but just kind of brings up one of those ethical dilemmas on what would you do. All that for Mirabelli to hit one into left center field for a base hit. So here's Trot Nixon. Nixon struck out his first time up. Sabathia opening 9:45 pitches. That's the rub with CC. He throws a lot of pitches. 2+ innings, a hit, 2 walks, and 5 strikeouts. Fly ball right field. Cordova will make the catch, and everybody moves back. Offerman's going to try and go. Cordova has a decent arm, and Offerman's not going all that fast. It's a direct throw to Fryman, and Offerman is in there. It was close, but he slid under the tag. So 1 out for Steins, who struck out his first time up. Runners on the corners. Popped up shallow left field. Burke's coming in. Makes the catch. Offerman will hold. With 2 out. And Bernie, of course, because he's trying to change history with Ted Williams. In 1950 replay, he's not doing as played. It taught me that I like that way better. That you do like it as played or not. Everett is 0 for 1 with a strikeout. Everett gets hit. Carl doesn't like that. The Red Sox have him loaded. 2 out for Manny Ramirez, who already has 3 grand slams on the year. He walked his first time up. 1-0 Cleveland, 2 out, top the third. Fly ball left field. That is well hit, but that will be playable by Burks, and the Red Sox leave him loaded. No runs, 1 hit, and no errors. After 2.5, it's Cleveland 1, Boston 0. So Alomar, Gonzalez, and Burks. Robbie walked his first time. Bernie says, I prefer not. Once you start playing, the results should dictate your managing. Okay. Can't remember which team it was Midlife Crisis says, but I kind of deviated on one of my replays. John played a starter, pulling him with 40 pitches. I can't believe I have to autocorrect his autocorrect. Hoping they would be rested for the postseason. It backfired, and the game still listed him as tired. Ground ball to Fossum. Casey throws to first for the out. So here's Juan Gonzalez. Juan is 0 for 1. Struck him out. Got him on a 1-2 curve. Here's Ellis Burks. Ellis doubled and scored in the second. 1 for 1. And again, I think Bernie makes a good point. He's trying to change the seasons that he plays, not trying to replicate the season. The purpose of this is to replicate it to the best of the computer's ability. And there's always enough as Burks draws a full count walk. High and outside. That there's always going to be some variance. Here's Tomey. Jim struck out his first time up. One of the 2 by Fossum on today. Line drive right field. That's going to drop in front of Everett. Burks will round second. Carl will try for Burks at third. The throw is going to be close, but Burks should be able to slide under the tag. So 2 out for Cordova. Marty is 0 for 1. Runners on the corners. Cordova hits this one, long gone. Casey put that one up on a tee, and Cordova smashes it down the foul line to make it 4-0 Cleveland. All right, Bernie, hope you're well. Talk to you later. An absolute no-doubter down the left field line. So a kaboom for Cordova, and the Indians lead it 4-0. So here's Fryman. He's 0 for 1. Fossum tries to shake that one off and walks Fryman. So a full count fastball was down and in. That brings up Diaz. Yeah, Scotty brings up a good point. When playing as played, I reset the entire league fatigue after every day. I figured the historic lineups represent actual fatigue and injuries. Yep, that's how I figure it, too. Got him. But a good inning for the Indians on the 3-run homer by Marty Cordova. 3 runs, 2 hits, no errors. We go to the 4th here in Cleveland. It's the Indians 4, the Red Sox nothing. So Bichette, Hillenbrand, and Lansing to face Sabathia here in the 4th. Dante struck out his first time up. Dante sending back bad parenting coaching skills to 3-year-old Bo, not running back for that ball. There's a line drive into right center field. I think Dante's Inferno was more of the fitness club behind Fenway Park. That's how Bo got bowed. Here's Shea Hillenbrand after the single by Bichette. Second hit for the Red Sox. Shea's 0 for 1. In the center field, back goes Lofton, but Kenny will track this one down on the track for the out. So 1 away for Lansing. Mike is 0 for 1. Base hit left field. Burks will pick it up. So the Red Sox in business here in the 4th. First and second, 1 out for Jose Offerman, who walked his first time up. Sabathia deals. Fly ball left field. Burks will track this one down. 2 out. Bichette will bluff. And hold. Here's Mirabelli. Doug got the first hit for the Red Sox. A single. First and second, 2 out. Top the 4th. Struck him out. That's 6 for Sabathia. And that'll do it for the Red Sox in the 4th. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. After 3.5, it's 4-0 Cleveland. The big second-generation player for this draft is Jack Wilson's son, Jacob. Expected to be a top 10 pick, Tribe fan says. Standings, the Red Sox and Yankees in a tie. Red Sox actually up by 0.02 or thousandths of a percentage point. In the Central, we're pretty much going to concede this to Chicago. 9.5 over Cleveland. The next White Sox win or Tiger loss means that the Tigers will be the first team eliminated from the 2001 postseason. In the American League West, Seattle by 3 over Oakland. In the National League, Florida by 3 over Philly, Atlanta by 4. In the Central, we're now going to project Houston as the winner. They lead by 11. And in the West, San Francisco 2.5 over at Arizona, 7 over Colorado and Los Angeles. So, as we head into September, 4 divisions we think are still in play, with the Centrals just about done. Awesome, giving me the fatigue warning in the 4th. Oy vey. Here's Lofton. Casey opening 18 batters, 73 pitches. Ouch. 3 innings, 3 hits, a home run. That was the boomer by Cordova. He has walked 3 and struck out 3. Lofton is 0 for 2. Awesome starts the inning. A fly ball right field. Everett in the corner, and that will be caught. 1 out. Dodgers better get moving. We said this the other day before you got here. We've never had a replay that the Dodgers weren't in the postseason. And if that disappears this year, then they'll be the last one. The Yankees have made 3 of the 4. Vizquel is 0 for 2. And Vizquel draws the walk. So Fossum lost him on a full count changeup. Here's Alomar, 0 for 1 with a walk, and still with an 8-game hitting streak. And Fossum is not long for this game at this point. That's his 5th walk. Here's one gone. He's 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Base hit. Long gone. Another 3-run homer, and that'll do it for Casey Fossum. That ball just had enough legs to get over the top of that wall out there in left field, and it's 7-0 Cleveland. Wasn't sure they had enough to get up and get out, as the late Mike Shannon would say, but it did. Earl Weaver specials being handed out in Cleveland today. Yep. Yet the accuracy does seem to be there. Timmy Wakefield will come in to pitch. Timmy is done as a starter this year. Anything else he now has will be out of the pen. 4-3 with 2 saves. Why would you use him as a closer? And an earned run average of .393. He's a knuckleballer, but when he does throw the fastball, it's about 89. 34 years old, a ground ball pitcher. Surprisingly enough, he has closed both of his save opportunities, but only got 4 quality starts out of 17. Last appearance, a 1-batter affair against Texas, where he struck out a man on 5 pitches in a 4-1 loss. So overall for Tim, 107 2/3, 102 hits, 51 runs, 47 earned, 6 homers, 55 walks, and 101 strikeouts. Burks has scored twice, doubled and walked. He's 1 for 1. That one floats into center field for a single. And the Red Sox seem to be on the verge of getting blown out. Tomey 1 for 2. Jim has singled, struck out, and scored. Not quite as bad as what the Angels did to the Rockies this weekend. Pitch to Tomey. There's a ground ball to Offerman. Jose takes it to the bag himself and gets the out at first. Burks goes to second. Imagine outscoring your opponent 35-25 over a 3-game series and losing 2 of the 3, which is what happened this weekend between the Angels and the Rockies. Here's Cordova. Marty hit a massive home run in his last at-bat. For his 16th of the year, he's now driven in 67. But when you put 25 up on the board in 1 game, yeah. Pitch to Cordova. Struck him out. Wakefield floated that knuckler in there to retire the side. 3 more, however, on the homer by Juan Gonzalez. Tribe fan is loving this. 2 hits and no errors. After 4, 7-0 Indians. So Nixon, Steins, and Everett to face Sabathia. CC threw 18 batters, 83 pitches, 4 innings, 3 hits, 2 walks, and 6 strikeouts. The Guardians are lucky to put up 25 runs in a week, Mr. Guardian fan said. Pitch to Nixon. Liner in the center. That's going to drop in front of Lofton for a base hit. In the 1960 World Series, which Scotty remembers, and Bernie would if he was here, the Yankees put up 54 runs or some ungodly figure like that. Didn't they outscore Pittsburgh 54-29? I mean, some of those Yankee wins were 12-2, 15-3 or whatever. Steins, by the way, 0 for 2 with a strikeout. Sabathia pitch. Liner in the center. That's going to drop in front of Lofton. So first and second for the Red Sox. Nixon will hold. Doesn't matter how many runs you score. Depends on how many games you win. And for the Pirates in 60, they won it 4-3. Everett 0 for 1 was hit by a pitch and struck out. And Mazeroski. Little Bill Mazeroski came along. In fact, the final score of Game 7 when Mazeroski walked it off was 10-9. Struck him out. That's 7 for CeCe. A full count fastball swung on and missed. He's not going to go more than 5, I wouldn't think. Here's Manram. Manny is 0 for 1 with a walk. In the right, Cordova will make the catch. Nixon goes back. And with 2 out, will hold. For Bichette, Dante 1 for 2, a single and a strikeout. To short, Vizquel over to Alomar, and that will be the inning. Halfway home on a Tuesday afternoon. Hopefully we're done with glitches. It is the Indians 7, the Red Sox nothing. A 30-second break, and it took me 25 seconds to get the straw for the water. How about that? 7-0 Indians halfway home. If you joined us late, here's how we got here. They sent 7 to the plate in the second. Einar Diaz was hit by a pitch to scoreless Burks with the bases loaded to make it 1-0. And then came the Earl Weaver specials. Marty Cordova in the third, a 3-run bomb. His 16th of the year to make it 4-0. And then Juan Gonzalez in the fourth. His 28th of the year, same bat time, same bat channel to make it 7-0. And that chased Casey Fossum. 3 1/3 innings, 4 hits, 7 runs, 6 earned. The 2 big home runs were his, walking 5 and striking out 3. Sabathia just throws a ton of pitches. 5 innings, 5 hits, walking 2, striking out 7. But we'll be watching the rest of this game from the shower. He took 99 pitches to get through 5 innings. Travis Fryman, 0 for 1, a walk and a hit batsman, I believe. No, just 0 for 1 with a walk. Base hit left center field. Nixon will pick it up, and Fryman's in the second with his 10th double of the year. With the Indians. Brings up Diaz. Einar is 0 for 1. Has struck out and driven in a run. He's the one that got hit with the bases loaded. Not this time. Pop up. Left center. Nixon makes the catch. Fryman goes back and will hold. 1 out for Lofton. Kenny is 0 for 3. Wakefield in long relief after Casey Fossum gave up a pair of 3-run homers in back-to-back innings. Struck him out. Wakefield flutters the knuckler by it on a 2-2, and Lofton just looked at it. So here's Vizquel. Omar is 0 for 2. He has walked and scored. And Omar draws the walk. Alomar has walked twice, scored once, and is 0 for 1. Got him. So Wakefield doing all right. We told you that would be it for CeCe Sabathia. Jake Westbrook coming into pitch after 5, 7-0 Cleveland. So Westbrook will finish his 2001 season out of the pen. He is out of starts. 2 and 3 with a save and an earned run average of .567. Jake is 23. Ground ball pitcher. Fastball tops out at 91. He last pitched last night against the Red Sox. 8-2 loss for Cleveland. 2/3 of an inning, 21 pitches, 4 hits. Well, this is a Christmas tree and a half, isn't it? 4 hits, 4 runs, all earned and a strikeout. So for Westbrook, 46 innings, 62 hits, 32 runs, 29 earned. He can go 75 pitches. 3 homers, walking 14 and striking out 31. His last win, by the way, came against the Twins on June 21st. And Brand will step in 0-2. Jamie says it looked like the Red Sox are doing their Custer impression today. Please, Mr. Custer, I don't want to go. Struck him out. Hillenbrand swung on and missed a fastball and a 1-2, 1 out. For Mike Lansing, Mike is 1-2 with a strikeout. You would think that would be the Indians that would be in hot pursuit of first place watching this one, not the Red Sox. Fly ball, right field. Back goes Cordova. Will make the catch, 2 out. Offerman is 0-1 with a walk. Red Sox have 5 hits, and Aaron they've left on 8. Cleveland 7 runs, 6 hits, no errors, and they have left on 8. Fly ball to right. Cordova makes the catch for the out, and that will retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 5.5, 7-0 Indians. So Gonzalez, a 3-run homer his last time up, 1-3. He now has slugged 28 while driving in 111. And for those of you who are fans of my managerial style, looks like the Indians are going to be 2-0 in games that I did not manage. You're welcome, Cleveland. Ground ball to Steins. Chris throws over to first, 1 out. So Wakefield is through 2 innings. Here's Ellis Burks. Ellis has singled, doubled, scored twice, and walked once. You know what Custer's last words were, right? Is this going to get auto-modded by Twitch? No, John, I don't. What were they? Ball 4, and Ellis draws the walk. I bet it wasn't it. 3-1 Knuckler was upstairs. Guess it wasn't that either. Here's Jim Thome. Jim is 1-3. He has singled, struck out, and scored. Wakefield deals. Got him. That's 4 for Timmy. A full count fastball swung on and missed. Where's all these bleeping Guardians come from? The galaxy. They came from the galaxy. Led by Tim Allen, right? And the worst tool time impression you'll ever hear. Here's Marty Cordova. Marty from a galaxy far, far away for sure. Marty, a 3-run homer in the 3rd. His 16th of the replay, and is driven in 67. Runner on first is Burks. Marty strikes out. So Wakefield has struck out 5. No runs, no hits, no errors. After 6, 7-0 Indians. Yep, Sigourney Weaver as his right-hand woman. With the blonde wig. Mirabelli, Nixon, and Steins to face Westbrook. Aaron the 7th. Doug is 1-2. He is singled and struck out. Round ball to 3rd. Fryman in almost on the grass. Throws it over to Thome for the out. 1 away for Nixon. Trot 1-3. A single and a strikeout. So Westbrook pitching well. And Wakefield has settled right down. He has struck out 5 since coming in for Fossum in the 4th. Nixon in a high right field. Back goes Cordova. Marty. Foul. No, that's off the top of the wall. Nixon will stop at second. The Indians thought that ball was foul. Nixon has his 29th double. And now bring up Steins, who's 1-3. Chris is singled and struck out. Got him. Westbrook got him to chase a 91-mile-an-hour fastball. So 2 out for Carl Everett. Carl struck out twice. CC Sabathia got him. Westbrook deals. Got him again. Stretch time, 7-0 Indians. So Wakefield, maybe another inning out of him. He has pitched awful well. Here is Fryman. Travis is 1 for 2. He has doubled and walked. I haven't seen the movie, Jamie, so I wouldn't know, but I think her character's only role on the show was to repeat whatever the computer said. Would that be a takeoff on Deanna Troi from The Next Generation? Captain, I'm sensing some anger. It's because your cat suit's too tight. Pitch to Fryman. Here's a ground ball left side for a base hit. Here's Diaz. Einer 0 for 2. Has struck out and driven in a run when he was hit by a pitch. That came in the second. Ground ball to first. Offerman might get 2 here. Lansing for 1. And the throw back to Offerman. And Wakefield will get 2 for the price of 1. So a 3-6-3 double play. 2 out for Lofton. Kenny is 0 for 4 with a strikeout. I don't know how many of you are Next Generation fans, but if you watch an interview with Marina Sirtis, who I believe is the name of the woman who plays Counselor Troy, she just rips the writers for the lines that they gave her the first few seasons. Captain, I'm sensing some anxiety. Fly ball, left field. Back goes Bichette, and he'll turn and watch it go. That's gone. So it's now 8-1 Cleveland on a solo bomb by Kenny Lofton, his 13th of the year. The thing with the knuckler is you don't know how it's going to spin. And Lofton just timed that perfectly into the beat bleachers in left center field. You know what I just noticed? Take a look in the next at bat for Wakefield and Vizquel. The stats are, this picture from the Jake is from 2001. Look over on the third base dugout here as I tell you that Omar Vizquel is 0 for 2. He has walked twice and scored a run. Ground ball, base hit right side. So you see what I'm talking about there? Vizquel is going for 2. Steins made a bad play on it. And then Everett couldn't pick it up. So it's going to be a single. And an error. So Wakefield, I'd like to get one more out from Tim. Alomar is 0 for 2 with a run scored. He's walked twice and struck out. Look at the base of the left field wall for the 100th year of the AL. Okay. So one of the rare times that the picture actually represents the season that we're doing. Alomar draws the walk, and I'm going to make me take out Wakefield, aren't you? So first and second, 2 out here in the 7th. Indians have another run in. Derek Lowe will come in. Derek 9-5 is 20 with 20 saves and an earned run average of .442. Wonder if Revco is still on the left field wall. Was that a drugstore? Sounds like a drugstore. Lowe, 28 years old, fastball at 93, and a ground ball plus pitcher, making his 49th appearance of the replay. Somehow, some way, he has 20 saves with an earned run average of 4.5. Oh, that became CVS. Okay. Last time out was against, he hasn't pitched in 3 weeks. How about that? Took the loss against the A's on August 8th. We did that game, as a matter of fact. Yes, eventually everything will be a CVS, and you'll be able to wrap your Christmas presents in the receipts. 2/3 of an inning for Lowe against Oakland on my 3rd wedding anniversary. 16 pitches, a hit, 3 unearned runs. He gave up a homer, walked a man, and didn't strike out anybody, and took the loss. 77 1/3 for Derek, 81 hits, 44 runs, 38 earned. 6 home runs, 33 walks, and 77 strikeouts. If you believe Demolition Man, let me do this as Vinny. If you believe Demolition Man, everything will be Taco Bell, and Arnold Schwarzenegger will eventually become President of the United States. I see I can make out a Sherman Williams ad. Ohio Lottery. And I don't recognize the other two. I know it's not Sprite because I see the Pepsi ad up on the scoreboard. It's amazing what you figure out in an 8-0 game, isn't it? Juan Gonzalez, a 3-run homer in the 4th. He's 1 for 4. He's going to drop this one into left field for a base hit. Bichette will pick it up. Vizquel will round third and try and score. The throw to Mirabelli is not in time. In fact, it gets away from Doug a bit, and it's 9-0 following now the error. So the Red Sox have made 3 errors. Alomar scores to make it 10-0. And we literally are now into what would you like to talk about. There's Medical Mutual on the left field wall on the left side. Is that the green ad? We want to go through the rest of the ads. It's Key Bank in left center, First Energy, and Office Max. Gonzalez on second, ground ball to third. Burks was 2 for 2 coming in. Throw to Offerman, and Burks is retired. Indians have broken this one wide open. 3 runs, 4 hits, and 2 errors. After 7, 10-0 Indians. So Jake Westbrook just cruising right along around here. Manny is 0 for 2 with a walk. Ground ball to Vizquel over to Tomey for the out. By the way, if you're an Indians fan, we've done them the last 2 streams, and they haven't given up a run in 16 innings. They've outscored Seattle and Boston 11-0. Here's Dante Bichette. Dante 1 for 3 with a strikeout. If Tribe Fan could pull up the highlights of the August 12, 2001 games that the Indians came back from 12 runs down, you could tell all of them. I used to be able to, by the way, pitch to Bichette, liner into center field. Lofton will make the catch, 2 out. If you told me back in the early 90s, just gave me a couple ads, random ads off a hockey dasher, I would be able to tell you the name of the arena. Here's Shea Hillenbrand, 0 for 3 with a strikeout. My mom would say growing up, this has nothing to do with hockey. Good old Sobies. That if you could recite the line after line of a commercial as it played on TV, you had watched too much television. Pitch to Hillenbrand. There's a ground ball back to Westbrook over to Tomey, and that will retire the side. So after 7.5, no runs, no hits, no errors, it's 10-0 Cleveland. No runs, 6 hits, 3 errors for Boston. They have pooped the bed in this one. And they have stranded 9. Cleveland could have made this so much worse. 10 runs, 10 hits, no errors, and they've left 10 on. Here's Tomey, 1 for 4. He has singled, struck out twice, and scored. Struck him out. So Tomey goes down for the third time. Wachovia Bank. Now, see, today, everything, they aren't as local as they used to be. I would say, though, because it's you, that would be the Wells Fargo Spectrum Center in Philadelphia. Here's Cordova. Marty 1 for 4. His big shot in the third just kind of broke this one open. Made it 4-0 at the time. He has struck out both times since then. Fly ball, center field. Nixon's the 1. 2 out for Travis Fryman. Travis is 2 for 3. Singled, doubled, walked. Ground ball right side, a base hit. That is the 11th hit for the Indians. Everett will throw it back in, and I'll bring up Diaz. Einar is 0 for 3, was hit by a pitch, drove in a run, grounded into a double play, and struck out. Lowe trying to close this one out for the Red Sox. Ground ball right side. Everett will pick it up. So the Indians continue to march. And Fryman will be given third. What was it Jamie said about the Red Sox playing Custer in this one? I believe you're right. See if we get demonetized for that. Kenny Lofton hit a solo homer, by the way, his last time up, his 13th. And has now driven in 42. He's 1 for 5. You must have studied at the School of Logic. Amongst other places. I didn't flunk out of the School of Logic. Kenny brought himself in and struck out. Fryman on third, Diaz and first. Lowe picks it up through the box, throws to Offerman, and that will retire the side. No runs, 2 hits, and no errors. We go to the 9th here in Cleveland. The rain has stopped. It's 10-0 Cleveland. So the Red Sox need 10 to tie and 11 to win or go ahead. They'll be Lansing, Offerman, and Mirabelli. Mike is 1 for 3. He has singled and struck out. Ground ball left side. That's a base hit. So the Red Sox have the leading man on. That's their 7th hit of the ball game. Jose Offerman is 0 for 2 with a walk. Up the middle for a base hit. Tribe fan is trying not to get nervous. So first and second, nobody out. Oh, Norm Macdonald. The late Norm Macdonald. That's only a 10-run lead. It's fine. Here's Mirabelli. Doug is 1 for 3. Has singled and struck out. I watched for the first time a couple weeks ago the clip from Late Night with Conan O'Brien in which Norm Macdonald and Courtney Thorne-Smith are on together. If you've never seen it, it is after Courtney Thorne-Smith is in the process of leaving Melrose Place. This will not be in a Fortnite stream, by the way. And she's there to promote the movie she did with Carrot Top, which, let's be honest, yes. Chairman of the board, what you got, freak? B-O-R-E-D. Pitch to Mirabelli. Struck him out, 1 away. 2-2 count. Got him swinging. Here's Nixon. Trot 2 for 4. Single, doubled, and struck out. So 1 away. 8 hits for the Red Sox. 12 for the Indians. Diaz and Westbrook. Oh, she ended up on 2.5 men. Struck him out. So the Red Sox are down their last chance. That is a 10-run lead in the 9th strike call. Yeah, absolutely. I didn't like Norm when he was on SNL. No, she wasn't on Sex and the City. I don't believe so. Oh, the wife, who's trying desperately not to listen to this nonsense in here, responds with a no. Here's Chris Steins. He's 1 for 4. Chris has singled and struck out twice. Last chance saloon for the Red Sox. Fly ball right field. Cordova going over. Take care, John. The Red Sox left this game a while ago. Cordova makes the catch, and the Indians win it 10-0. How about that? We got this in 59 minutes. It took 4 hours and 1 fake minute for the Indians to win this one 10-0. 10-12-0 for Cleveland. They left on 12. No runs, 8 hits, and 3 errors for the Red Sox. They left on 11. And we'll give Juan Gonzalez, the Digital Dice MVP. He went 2 for 5 while driving in 5 runs. CC Sabathia goes to 8-7. All right, Scotty, we'll see you after my vacation. Tune in if you can. 5 innings for CC, 5 hits, 2 walks, and 7 strikeouts. Jake Westbrook makes modern sabermetricians fall apart. He just picked up a 4-inning save for his second. 3 hits, and he struck out 5. The Red Sox pitching was bad. And we'll just leave it at that. So the Yankees go a half game up with that, and Chicago's lead is cut to 9. The rest of this Wednesday in baseball, before we call it a stream, and I'll tell you what we're doing tomorrow. Mets beat the Phils 3-2. Franco 5-5. Oropesa is 0-2. Scott Rowland 2 for 4. Drove in both the Philly runs and it hit his 23rd of the year. Atlanta beats Montreal 3-2. John Smoltz 4-3. Kubilian 2-1. Cabrera 2 for 4, the stolen base. Detroit staves off elimination. Randall Simon 4 hits, 5 RBI and a double as they win 12-3. Parricio 3-1. Glover 6-4. Tampa down Seattle 6-5. Zambrano 4-4. Jamie Moyer 13-7. Cameron 3 for 4 is 15th in the stolen base. The Jays going to New York and shut out the Yankees 7-0. So we remain tied in the East. Roy Halladay 6-4. Sterling Hitchcock wasn't so sterling. He's 0-3. Brad Fulmer 3 for 5 is 17th of the year and drives in 2. Oakland downs Baltimore 6-2. Wow, all sorts of stuff from the Florida game here. Tim Hudson 17-7. Josh Towers 6-8. Jason Giambi 1 for 2 is 40th of the year and walks 3. Cardinals, despite a big game from Jim Edmonds, 4 hits and a homer, lose to San Diego 8-5. McElroy 3-1. QV Veras is 4-5. Ricky Henderson goes 3 for 4, hits his 5th and drives in 2. Pittsburgh downs Milwaukee in 10 8-6. Fetters 4-1. Curtis Laskanik goes to 2-6. Ramirez 2 for 5 is 30th of the year and drives in 3. Carlos Hernandez can't get the win for Houston. He goes 7 1/3. 2 hits and 5 strikeouts as the Astros beat the Reds 4-2. Williams gets the win 1-0. McRae 1-1. Lance Berkman 3 for 3 is 25th of the year and drives in 4. Now Florida struck out 16 times. Their pitchers walked 10 batters in a 14-inning game against the Cubs. They commit 4 errors as Jason Beret strikes out 9 through 7. But the Cubs beat the Marlins 3-2 in 14. Ron Scab Mehe 1-0. Ruffin falls to 1-2. Lee 2 for 5 is 13th of the year and drives in 2. Minnesota. Did you get your table? Okay, finish up here because the wife got something. Minnesota beats Texas 6-2. Eric Milton 9-14. Bell 5-4. David Ortiz hits his 12th, 2 for 4 with a double. Oh, that was the day before. I think I got everything from today. Kansas City beats Anaheim 5-4 and 10. Austin 3-1. Levine 4-12. Carlos Beltran hits his 19th, 3 for 5, drives in 2. Giants beat Arizona 9-3. Boehringer gets his first win, 1-0. Mike Morgan coming back from the no-hitter. I tried to get him earlier this year, 3-4. JT Snow, 1-for-3, his 8th of the year and drives in 4. And because Scotty's gone off to Central Washington, the Rockies beat the Dodgers 9-2. Jennings, 1-1. Baldwin, 3-2. Larry Walker, 3-for-3, his 31st, and drives in 4. And so the last stream for the month of August will be tomorrow. It'll be again. Hey, it really is almost a battle of first place here. The Indians are on again. They play the White Sox at Comiskey. I'll have it for you at noon Eastern, 9 Pacific. Until then, have yourself a good day, everybody. So long.